Hello there. In this video we're going to be finding the surface area of a solid from a drawing. So here's a drawing of a solid. This is a little different than what we did in class recently, where you were given a box and you had to measure all the outside edges in order to find the area of each side and add together. Today you're actually going to just be given a drawing and you're going to have to come up with the sides from the drawing. And we're going to follow a little process here of drawing the figure, which we've got here. We're going to label the sides. We want to draw a net from it. Remember, a net is when you take a three-dimensional object and you draw it so that all the sides are flat. We'll complete one shortly. We're going to write an expression in words in order to tie the drawing to our net. And then we're going to plug in the numbers for our expression and complete the calculation. So remember, we're starting with a three-dimensional object. This is a cube, of course. Our figure here is more like this, not quite, but you definitely need to be able to see the sides. And I can see in this drawing that I have one triangle here and one triangle here, and they're attached with like three rectangles. So in this drawing, I see three rectangles and two triangles. And that's what I'm going to draw. So I'm going to draw each side separately and label it as I go. So I'm going to draw this first side. I can try and match the size that I drew it. It's close. But I see that it's 17 meters by 20 meters tall this way. So that's this rectangle. Now let's do the rectangle that's alongside. So that's another rectangle that's also 20 meters, but it's not quite as wide. It's only 15 meters wide, according to this edge. So I've done this rectangle on the side that I can't see, and I have one other rectangle. That's this rectangle. And I can see from my labels that it is 8 meters by 20 meters. So there's my three sides that are rectangles. Now I just need to take care of these triangles. And I notice that I have a right angle right here that's between the 15 meter and the 8 meter side. So here's in between the 8 meter and the 15 meter side. So I'm going to draw a triangle going up like this. And I'm going to connect it here. So it's connected to the 8 meter side. And I have one. That gets the one on top. Let's get the one on the bottom as well. And I can see that this matches up. So this is going to have to be 15, because that's this side, and it's 8 meters here. So it's 15 on one side of the triangle, 8 meters on the other. So here's my net. This is my net from this figure. It's got the three rectangles, the two triangles. Now let's write an expression in words to make sure we capture all the different sides of this figure. So I know I have, and I'm going to write it vertically, so it kind of be a vertical expression. So I have one rectangle that I see that's 17 meters by 20 meters. And I'm going to add to it another rectangle, RECT for short. And this rectangle is 15 meters. That's a 15, believe it or not, by 20 meters. And I have another rectangle that's 8 meters by 20 meters. And so that's the three rectangles. I have two triangles. So one triangle, TRI for triangle, is going to be, my base is 8 and my height is 15. So it's going to be 8 times 15 divided by 2. And I have a second triangle that's the same thing. Those of you who see that you can just put these two triangles together and make one rectangle, good for you. I'm just writing it as two separate triangles. So this is here's my little expression in words. So I have a rectangle plus a rectangle plus a rectangle plus a triangle plus a triangle. And I happen to plug in the numbers while I was at it here. I'm going to add all these together. So now I just need to complete the computation. 17 times 20 is going to be 17 times 2 is 34 plus 0 tacked on is 340 meters squared. 15 times 20 is going to be 300 meters squared, because remember, meters times meters, meters squared. 8 meters times 20 meters is 160 meters squared. I have 8 times 15 divided by 2, or I could think of it as 8 divided by 2, which is 4, and 4 times 15 is 60. So 60 meters squared, and this triangle is the same, so it'll also be 60 meters squared. Now I simply need to add these up. So notice that my units are all the same, so this is going to be in meters squared. That's good because area is a square measure. And let's see, 340 plus 300 is 640. 640 plus 100 is 740. 740 plus 60 is 800. 800 plus 60 is 860. 860 plus another 60 is 920 meters squared. So the total surface area of this three-dimensional figure is 920 meters squared. Hope this helps. But remember, you want to be able to look at the figure as it's drawn and visualize the different sides, what their shapes are, and the measurements where they come from. As a check, we could sort of do this one other way. We know the two triangles, so just as a little check, let's look at it this way. We have the two triangles, right? And from there we saw that those two together are 120 meters squared. But we also have this one big rectangle. And so one large rectangle would be what? Well, it would be 20 times these three sides added together. So we have 8 plus 15 is 23. Matter of fact, tell you what, let's write them out. 8 plus 15 plus 17. So now to simplify this, we have 20 is the same. 8 plus 17 is 25, plus 15 is 40. So the big rectangle is good for 800 meters squared. So to that, we have to add the triangles. So plus my triangles, which were 120 meters squared. And lo and behold, we still get 920 meters squared. So we get the same result, even though we've sort of pieced parts together differently. Hope this helps. You can do it.